The people of Venezuela are suffering through the country's worst power outage in decades. The self-declared interim president is urging the government to declare a national emergency over this blackout. Juan Guaido estimates more than a dozen states are still completely without power. The opposition leader says the government of Nicolas Maduro is to blame for 17 deaths during the blackout.
He is the one making it harder and doing that today. 12 hours ago, we counted 17 murders. We can't call it any other way. Imagine if in your country you wake to the news that there's been 4 days without electricity because of corruption, because they steal from electricity plants and 17 people died. That's murder.
Paula Newton joins me now from Caracas. And Paula, you visited a hospital that has been having to find creative ways to provide care to their patients without electricity.
Yeah, I have to be clear, Hala. We went to one hospital. There are dozens more right around this city and right around this country that are coping with the same thing. Hala, I've been visiting hospitals in this country for many years. They were already at the breaking point. So just imagine all of a sudden the power goes off, not for 5 hours, not for 15 hours, but as you said, we are now into day 4. The look of terror on the faces of patients and even staff members who are doing their best to try and keep people alive right now, you will never forget. I want you to take a listen.
The hospital is dark and unusually quiet, except for the hum of the generator. That is now the life-saving soundtrack to Venezuela's most profound blackout in decades. So we're walking through the hospital corridors. This is the University Hospital. It's supposed to be one of the best. No light. We're escorted in by a doctor who does not want to be identified, but says she wants everyone to see this. Patients like Julio Cesar. The generator is below him, but it's servicing the emergency room. He has no power, no water, and meager food. There's nothing, he tells us.
Duro, see?
It must be tough, I ask. He has no words left. Thin and clearly in pain, Julio has gangrene. He's been here a month already. His hopes were already fading, and now this. Doctors in emergency do the best they can to triage, supplies already low. Patients in grave condition are watched closely as ventilators are on battery power. When batteries fail, the nurses tell me they take turns doing it manually. Without power, this hospital is becoming a scene of desertion. The child of an employee wanders the halls, patients left unattended for hours. The pain of so many here is so acute, and yet even as they struggle, here in Venezuela they've learned things could still get so much worse.
And that's the issue here now, Hala. I mean, we have some power restored to this city, but it is incredibly tentative. This remains a country on the edge, and the entire system is completely vulnerable. Hala?
Paula Newton live in Caracas. Thanks. Great reporting.